Okay, this is your King of Kings speaking with you. It's comedy hour again. Let's see how long this hour takes. So, Trump has decided that he's the chief bogus loony of my whole world. And the reason he lays claim to it is because he has big bombs. His money is fictitious as a dog's hide. It's very true. Of course, it holds no value in of itself, and like that, it makes itself. It replicates itself. It's a self-replicating currency. It's like an unlimited supply of fake money without any substance behind it. The most substance you can possibly get behind those currency digits called dollars is the honor of the current occupant of the White House. That's the substance underneath the value of U.S. currency. For myself personally, I much prefer to call the Donald Trump's word of honor. You know, I'm prejudice against fat old white guys that think they rule my world because they have tons of imaginary self-reproducing wealth eking out the seams of their hair. And not only that, he thinks he's smarter than God. Actually, piss on God. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the prophets say. That's what Benji Netanyahu says. And the blasphemed state of Israel currently infesting my holy land. These current occupants, the state of Palestine, they're calling Israel, have no right to be there, and they know this. That's why they built up all this protection for themselves over the whole entire existence of the joint. They knew they were stealing this. They knew they were in the business of theft, which is contrary to the Ten Commandments, which divorces them from any rights to said lands whatsoever from a divine perspective. And the New Jerusalem is not going to occur in land stopping with blasphemy. Jerusalem and the Old Testament and much of the New Testament are poetry. The Bible itself is a construct of metaphysical law. It's only available, the nurture from which is only available to the purified heart. The more purified your heart is, the more the Bible will reveal to you. Same with the Bhagavad Gita, and the same with the Quran as well. So these are fairly important books in the human litany of experience. What is not funny are people who self-entitle themselves to spawn in their offspring the notion that murdering babies, blowing the heads off my opponent's children is a good idea. That raping my prisoners with my own dick or a 10-foot pole makes no difference. It's allowed and welcomed and protected because God said so. Now, they're not reading the whole text. They're just reading the good parts. Like when I was about 12 years old, reading Playboy and Penthouse for the article. They read scripture the same way. These rabbis, these Zionist rabbis, are worthless. And they know it. They pretend otherwise. The real Jews are disenfranchised. They're somewhat like their king, except they've learned through the centuries there's no point arguing these people, just hope they go away. These are Jacob's sons' descendants. They divorced themselves from Jews by virtue of their conduct in one incident. A very beautiful girl, and she fell in love with a boy that wasn't of the tribe of, what do you call that, the Hebrews. Imagine that. Such a scandal. Anyway, this boy was so in love with this girl that he got everybody in his whole tribe to cut the heads off their dicks. And so what Tina's lovely brother, Jacob's own son, did once they persuaded these individuals in order for their son to marry their daughter, they had to do this to their dicks. See, all these guys pull up their slang and say, all our heads are chopped off, so you've got to be too. Okay. So they grab the kid and they go, you sure you love this bitch? Because Jesus Christ is a big ass, son. Anyway, they decided, okay, what can we do? The kids are in love. We will sacrifice the heads of our dicks to be related to you. And so what these lovely Hebrew crew did was not the first night, but the second night when they were really, really sore. They crept in the middle of the night and slaughtered them, took all their stuff, and rationalized and saying, well, if we didn't, the world would have to consider our sister always with fake excuses. Right down to Benjamin Diego today when they had bunkers under the hospitals. Understand? I'm looking for a reason. But we find the current substance nothing but noxious cancer on the ass of our very living God, who is willing with us, as predicted in Scripture today, along with 200 of our sister queens. Anyway, as your King of Kings saying,